This is an adult channel.
If you subscribe to this channel or are watching this video, you probably already know that Tomy has come out with a new offering via crowdfunding campaign. I think it's called, it might be Tomy Plus, Tomy Prestige. I'll just call him Tomy, T-O-M-Y. And this time they are coming out with the 1/350 scale original series Klingon battlecruiser D7 class. The D7. That's the bad guys on the original series. It was also a Romulan warbird, the D7 was, because I think the backstory is the Klingons and the Romulans shared technology there briefly, something like that. Anyway, it's $750. $700 for the item and $50 for shipping. So if you're on social media, there is a group on Facebook called Tomy Plus, and then there's a Tomy Plus owners group, I think. A lot of people are undecided on whether to back this campaign because of the choice of the ship. I'm going to back it. I was undecided for a while, and then one day I was standing here thinking about it, and I walked over here and I looked at this, and that's when I decided yes, because even though I tried to spread the word on this particular piece, the 1/350 scale original series Enterprise, taken after this original model in the Smithsonian, what they had to do is they had to cut the campaign back. What was it, 2 years ago? Because the word of it wasn't getting around. So, but after that, they had the DeLorean, which I did purchase, and I'm still debating whether to open the box on that. But it's not because that the piece is bad, because of other reasons. But then they offered the motion picture refit, and I did a video on that last year, if it was worth it. And yes, most emphatically, it was worth it. There's so much going on with that model, with that spaceship, that yes, it's worth it. Now with the D7, it's a simpler, not necessarily a simpler design. It has plenty of curves and angles. It just doesn't have that much detail on it. In the series, you didn't get to see it as much. You get to see it a little bit better in the high definition remastered series, but it didn't even have internal lighting, I don't believe. The lights were simulated with Mylar tape, I believe. So I was on the fence. I didn't know if I was going to back it. But like I said, once I took a look at this, while I was thinking about the D7, I decided yes, because this Enterprise has a lot of faults, but I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the paint. I love the lights. The only thing I don't like is the stand. I didn't like it, and I don't like the screw hole covers. It's funny. I noticed this is the Diamond Select 1/800 scale Enterprise, and it has screw hole covers on the sides here. There's one there. There's one there. There's one there. And then I've taken these apart before. There's more screw hole covers, and then of course it has this seam across the back here, much like the Round 2 1000 model does. But the Eagle Moss diecast replica does not. Notice the light, how the light sequence is so much faster on this Diamond Select compared to this one, which this one is correct. Very, very close. So, you may or may not have made up your mind about the D7. You may be watching this video to help yourself decide. I don't blame you, because I never thought I would be second guessing whether I should back something like this, but the design does not have a lot of detail. What they have done is they've added lights. Of course, there were gray areas on this piece, like the bridge, whether it should be offset or not, because the original Smithsonian model, the bridge, is opaque. Supposedly, Gene Roddenberry wanted this section back here to glow, but they didn't have the money to put it into the model. Now, with the D7, they've added lights where lights were supposed to have went, but we didn't see on screen. You can go down that rabbit hole as far as you want to. I don't care. I've seen people, and every time Tomy comes out with something, really anytime any company comes out with something, or an individual, there are people complaining about the weirdest things. They're complaining about there's a little nipple on the bottom of the D7 underneath the front boom, under the bottom, the curved part. Well, it's actually there in the filming model, but it wasn't lit up, so Tomy lit it up. Tomy has said over and over time, and I agree with him on this part, you can turn the lights off. You don't have to turn the lights on. And what they did is they added different modes, so you can turn different crap off and on, supposedly. We'll see. I haven't backed it yet. I usually wait to back anything till the last 2-3 days, because usually they make more detailed videos and you see interviews and stuff as time goes by. Helps me make a more informed decision. So I wait. I don't back it right away. I think as the videoing of this, it's about halfway. I don't know if it'll make it, but they might have to curtail it back like they did on this one. They didn't have to do it with the refit. The orders for the refit were blown out of the water. There's a lesson there, probably. Wouldn't you agree? Anyway, this thing is so beautiful, and I do have a mild hesitation to back another project without the one I backed last year coming in, but the refit's been delayed till around Thanksgiving of this year, 2025. So, if it's anything like what it's supposed to be, I'll be okay with it. Of course, with the refit coming, people are complaining about the supports in front. Well, I got an idea about this. I designed this stand here. All I've got is some blue LEDs up there. I've purchased some soundboards and put in other things, and you may have seen a video I did about a model kit that has the sound effects for this. I thought about putting that in here, but a soundboard, you can buy them off of Amazon or in other places for two for $15. And you can put your own sounds. The sounds are freely available on the internet. You can put your own LEDs in it to effectuate. So I was selling these, and people were complaining that they wanted me to put the soundboard in the kit and everything, and I just didn't have time. I didn't have time, and I'm concerned about liability. I mean, I made this. This has been on here for over a year, no problems whatsoever. But I don't want somebody's enterprise to get messed up by something I made. I mean, if somebody wanted one, yeah, I could do it. One of these days, I'll probably make the soundboard to where these will come on with the light, and maybe a one bright light for the photon torpedo. Wherever this stuff comes from, I still am not sure where the phasers and the photon torpedoes come from under the saucer. I'm still not sure. But anyway, about the D7. It's going to have no sounds. It's going to have a remote control. It's a Klingon communicator. It might as well be a computer. I don't care about remote control. Other guys do. Other guys care about the cord. They care about the cord. Why doesn't it come with a cord? It's a 5-volt wall wart phone charging cord. That's what it is. You can buy them anywhere. They come at Goodwill. So anyway, they weren't including that because people may want a long one, maybe want a white one or a black one or whatever, or a green one. So, I mean, people were complaining about all kinds of wacky stuff, just like they were complaining about the DeLorean, the color of the wires on the dash. If they did, yeah, I want them to get the wires right, but if you want it to be perfect, you're going to have to pay more money. Commission this to be built, And people, with this law, people are still paying ridiculous prices for these on eBay. So, this crowdfunding project for the D7, I don't know if it'll make it. I want Tomy to keep making these things, so I kind of want to keep making it. Everybody's got their opinion. I think they should have made the Reliant, because the Reliant would go with the refit, and the refit, even though the Reliant is a Federation model, it was the baddie in the greatest Star Trek movie so far, The Wrath of Khan. So I think and they wouldn't have to do as much tooling. So I think the Reliant would have been a better choice. But, other guys are thinking, a 1/1000 Enterprise D would have been awesome. But, I think that boat sailed for me, because I've got almost all the parts to the infuriating Eagle Moss Enterprise D, because I want a 1/1000 Enterprise D. People are asking for one 350 Enterprise E's. I don't know why people, I'm not the smartest person around, but a 350 Enterprise D would fill a small room. That just wouldn't be possible. If we're going to stay with 350 scale, you could, the D7, it's not a bad choice because they don't make it. Polar Lights makes the Katinga 350, but they don't, as far as I know, they haven't made a 350 D7. So I can understand why they did that. Tomy decided on the D7. Supposedly, the D7 won the survey. I didn't vote for it, but supposedly it won the survey way back then. But, I have to agree with other people on social media that if they'd made the Katinga, it would have probably been fully backed by now. Because I did a video a few weeks ago on the 1/1000 scale Eagle Moss Katinga. It's rather rare, and that thing's gorgeous. I'm not a super big fan of the D7, but the Katinga, I guess all the greeblies, all the detail, it's awesome. I think it looks fantastic. It's the same ship. It's just, 20 years updated. But, if they'd made the Katinga, I think it would have been back by now. If they made a 1/1000 Enterprise D, I think it would have been backed out by now, maybe. If they did Reliant, I think it would have been back by now. Somebody came up with the idea of a Galileo shuttle, but a bigger one, and I think that's a good idea too. But they need to make it in 1/18 scale. 1/18 scale is action figure scale. Tomy's did that before with the DeLorean. They made their DeLorean was 1/10 scale to go with the NECA action figures. So Tomy's done that before. So doing a original series shuttlecraft in 1/18 scale, because Hiya Toys they're coming out with the original series action figures in 1/18 scale. Hiya Toys is. They've already come out with the Kelvin timeline figures in 1/18 scale, and now they're working on they show prototypes at what's that thing called that I'll never go to, Toy Fair or whatever it is, in San Diego, Comic-Con. They had a prototype for Captain Kirk, William Shatner, Captain Kirk, and it looked awesome. I want to buy every one of them. 1/18 is my favorite scale. That's why I haven't opened the DeLorean yet, because I've got the 1/15 Diamond Selects DeLorean. I did a video on it a few months ago. That's my favorite scale, and 1/15 scale vehicles scale good with 1/18 scale figures. So I've got all the NECA figures, even that mail away package accessory pack. It's just I haven't. I don't know. I like 1/18 scale so much. I make people mad when I said I wish they'd never made 6-inch or 7-inch or 8-inch scale figures. I grew up with Micronauts and Star Wars and G.I. Joe. That's what I grew up with, and I have all these awesome freaking vehicles, and now that everybody wants 6-inch scale, and you're just not going to. You can make some 6-inch vehicles, but you're not going to have enough room, and they're going to be expensive, more expensive. So, but whatever. Anyway, I hope the D7 backs. I hope it makes its quota, and even if they have to curtail it, I hope it does. I'm going to back it, and then we'll see what they do next. They blow it out of water with a refit. So, and if they offered this today, I think they'd blow it out of the water to that. Especially if they got rid of the screw hole covers and assembled it a different way, and made the stand a little bit different. I think they blow that out of the water too. But They said they destroyed the molds. But somebody said in an interview that running a second batch isn't impossible. So that's a whole can of worms right there that I don't even care about. I don't want to talk about. So anyway, tell me what you think they should make next after this D7. Also, you know, they made the DeLorean. They're going to make anything else? I haven't heard anything. I would like for them to see them make other spaceships from other franchises. Babylon 5 is one of them, and The Expanse. The Expanse, I ordered pre-ordered the action figures for The Expanse. They're 1/10 scale or 1/12. I don't know for sure. But I think they're 1/10. Anyway, I'd rather they weren't 1/18, but that's what we're getting these days. Times have changed. But I'm going to see about making some custom 1/18 figures for The Expanse, and then I'll sell the 1/10 ones. Anyway, I'd like to see some more Expanse ships. I'd like to see Babylon 5 ships. Jumping into, you know, there's still a lot of Star Trek ships that they could do. You know, there's a lot, and I would like for them to keep this going. The cars are, the DeLorean, it got backed. It did okay. I don't know, you gotta be careful there. A lot of that stuff's already been done. That's why I say to do stuff that's not been done, like the Reliant. Nobody's done the Reliant. Nobody. There's a 1/1000 kit. Eagle Moss has done the 1/1000, approximately 1/1000. But, I mean, 1/350. Nobody's done it. You know, nobody's done the 1/1000 Enterprise D except for Eagle Moss, and that thing is fucking belligerent. But once you see the paint apps on a bunch of the parts, you kind of want to do it. But tell me what you think. Are you going to back the D7? Why not? Why? What do you want to see them to make? Okay? I'm going to get back to doing some more spaceship videos.